this right here, you bunch of prima donna ballerina mother.
Welcome everyone, I'm Jordan Sharp. We are running through all of the NFL future odds here at Sportsbook Review, and we're taking a look at the NFC East right now, and a team that finished dead last in that division last year but could be in line for a pretty big bounce back season in 2014 if they are healthy. And that's the Washington Redskins, who right now from Bovada Sportsbook have a Super Bowl price of 50 to 1. Yes, 50 to 1 plus 5,000 to win the Super Bowl this offseason for the Washington Redskins. And even though that's probably a pretty solid price, it might end up being a little bit undervalued by the time we get to the end of the season if indeed the Washington Redskins are as good as some people are projecting them to be. Biggest question obviously on the docket for them is their health. Their defense was decimated by injury last year, really ruined their chances at being a good team. And also, of course, Robert Griffin III's comeback from that knee injury was not as successful as some would have hoped. Really didn't look healthy throughout the entire season, but this year, full offseason to recover, full preseason to get acclimated to the team and the new offense, as well as shedding that knee brace, which has also been a big deal here around the Washington area. I think Robert Griffin III and this team, if healthy, are in line for a very good season, and 50 to 1 to win the Super Bowl may end up being one of the more undervalued lines of the offseason. Now, in their NFC price at plus 2,800, not really sure in either of these, either Super Bowl or the conference price, if I'm really willing to take a bite. However, this team, like I said, under the new leadership of Jay Gruden, I think has a very good chance of not only winning this division, but potentially advancing in the playoffs. Now, I don't think they'd be able to beat a team like the Seahawks potentially at home, like a rematch of 2 years ago, or a team like the Packers or Bears, whichever one doesn't finish atop that NFC North division. Even in that kind of situation, you'd have to think the Washington Redskins would be a home underdog and likely not favored to advance past the first wild card round, even though if they did win the division and get a home game. So not really sure about that, but their odds would indicate that they're not that highly valued, and that could play well in the ATS value this regular season, for the Washington Redskins. Of course, 3-13 straight up last year, very overvalued in the ATS value as well. So that could be complete turnaround for this club here in 2014. Now, like I mentioned, their NFC East price would be the only future odds for the Washington Redskins I think I'd be definitely willing to take a look at. In fact, they are my pick to win this division this season, and at plus 400, the NFL odds value from Bovada absolutely is there. At 4 to 1, they are the biggest underdog, and it's a little bit deja vu with the Washington Redskins of 2 years ago when the Eagles were huge favorites to win this division. The Redskins were the biggest underdog and ended up winning the division while the Eagles finished in dead last place. Now, I don't think it's going to be that extreme here in 2014, but you could see that kind of bounce back and regression respectively from the Redskins and the Philadelphia Eagles. So at 4 to 1, Washington I think has an excellent value in this division. But that'll do it for me this time. Make sure you check out my other future odds updates here from Sportsbook Review. But until then, I'm Jordan Sharp, and this has been another edition of the Sharp Pick.